Ever since I got my first money, I have started to live frugally. I saved all those and I remember counting them almost every single day. And I remember my family members made so much fun of me because I did that, but I just found it super cool. One of the biggest reasons why I live frugally is because of my personality. By nature, I just like to wait for the discounts and then buy when it's the best time. And for me, it's not even so much about the money, it's just the happy feeling, the joy that I get from making the best choice possible. So it's kind of like a game that you still play, even though you wouldn't have to save in everything, you still prefer to do that, maybe because of habit and personality, but also it's fun. Like another good example would be Gary Vee, if you know him. He's a content creator and a multi-millionaire, and still he goes to these garage sales to buy, bargains and sell them with more money to get profits, just because he enjoys so much the process of doing it. One of the most important reasons why I live this frugal lifestyle is because of simple living and minimalist lifestyle that I want to have. It just gives me so much mental clarity when you don't have unnecessary possessions. Also, it makes me appreciate and respect the items when everything has a meaning. I have realized that so many things in life is not about the money you spend on it, but more about the feeling that it creates. So you could have that amazing experience, for example, with your friends, just going to a park and throw frisbee, and you don't have to go to that very expensive amusement park just to get that same feeling. And this is one of the reasons actually why I started slow living, to get the most out of every single experience that I'm having in life, to be more present in everything that I do. So I do many of these activities that wouldn't cost so much money, that I, for example, rarely go, bowling, which is quite expensive here in Finland. I would much rather go outside for a walk or exactly to throw the frisbee or something like that. Also here, going out to eat costs like 5 times more than if you would eat at home and cook it yourself. And I also find that much more mindful activity to cook at home the meal yourself, and it even tastes better than to go out, because the money doesn't give you that feeling. You create it yourself. One very important reason why I live so frugally is because of the environment. I didn't think that this would be such a big thing for me personally, but then I found on Instagram these kind of pages that talked about eco-friendly living, and I got so into it that I actually started my own. And I did it for quite some time and got even like some 30,000 followers or something like that, which is quite a lot. So I learned a lot also in the process of making the content on what is actually the impact of our own choices for the environment. So therefore it's easy choice for me always to think about the environment if I want to buy something or not. And if you need something new, of course, one very good way is not to buy it as new, but second hand. That I use a lot for my clothes. Actually, this shirt is second hand, my pants are second hand. It has become really big part of my life. Also, of course, you save money in that, but it's really good for the environment. Kind of this circular economy, where people don't need anymore something, then they give it to somebody else who actually needs it. And also, I really like to fix and repair broken stuff and not immediately just trash them when they break. And I've been having this pair of pants there on my shelf for like 2 weeks at least. So I think that now, just as an experiment, because I'm so bad at it, you can see me sewing. They don't fit me perfectly right now, but I hope I will be able to make them fit perfectly and I can start using them on a daily basis. Judge me in the comments if you like, but please give more tips than judge. That would help me. I remember when I was in school, this was the hardest thing, to get this through that. I know that I should probably measure and use the pins and whatever, but it will go wrong anyway. So I will just do what I know and go by the feel. While I'm doing this, I wanted to talk about another reason why I live so frugally, and that is because I want the feeling of security. For me, it's much more important to feel that I am financially safe than to have a lot of possessions. This has been for a long time for me an important factor, because I always think like, what if something would happen that I really need something, like it's an emergency, or then some amazing opportunity opens for me, for example, to move to another country, and then I wouldn't have, the finances to do it. For reasons like this, I like to keep all the time money saved. And if I would have a little bit higher income, I don't think that I would live as frugally as I live now, because then I could much more easily save, money. But I still think that I wouldn't invest in things that I wouldn't need. And in that case, I would probably much more invest in quality things as well. And now the moment of truth to see if they look better. Yes. Look at this. They feel and look much better now. So happy with this. I would still say that of course I have many of these non-negotiable things that even though they would cost a little bit much and they wouldn't fit exactly in this living frugally type of lifestyle, I still do buy those. Like for example, gym membership. I could work out at home, but I still prefer to go to the gym and do that because I already spend so much time at home. Another is healthy food. I could buy food that is maybe a little bit low quality, but I prefer to pay a little bit more, and especially because I'm vegan, so in that there can be really low quality vegan food or the high quality, so I prefer to invest in that. And traveling is another that of course I could say just in Finland all the time, but I prefer to just see the world. I haven't been planning to go to very far away like Japan or Alaska or some place like this, but I feel like seeing new places, meeting new people, seeing cultures is very important in life and for my mental health as well. I think there are so many pros about living frugally, but of course there are some cons as well. For example, my friends sometimes call me I'm too cheap when I don't invest in something or I do things a little bit different than them, and I have to admit that yeah, many times it is difficult to know where is the line between living frugally and just being cheap. I struggle with that still many times. For example, I have this pair of shoes, like gym shoes, that are broken and I still didn't buy new ones. So I think that yeah, in some things I am living still quite cheaply, but I have this really good rule to try to avoid this, and that is that I don't want to lose time to save money. So for example, here in Finland, there are a lot of these campaigns that people are lining up to get a free bucket if they go to this store, and probably people even buy other stuff there from the store. So I don't know if they save something, but at least they can wait for hours to wait to just get a free bucket that probably cost like, I don't know, 1 or 2 euros or dollars. So yeah, that is something that I really try to avoid in my life. In general, I would say that living more frugally has really helped me to live more intentionally and therefore get more out of life and kind of feel this fulfillment that I'm doing the right thing, I'm living aligned with my values. To test my own minimalist lifestyle, I actually lived 100 days with less than half of the clothes that I own. So if you're interested in checking that video, make sure to check this next. It was super cool. Remember to stay kind and meaningful in your own beautiful journey. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.